Hello everyone, it's strawberryelli here and thank you so much for joining me in another video. Today I want to share with you a few life hacks that hopefully will help you to minimize the clutter and also the stress in your life to make you feel more organized, ahead of things and healthier overall. I shared some life hacks in previous videos before, so I will link them down below so you can check them out after this video. But for now, let's get started with my first life hack. I personally love reading, but since I'm traveling around a lot, it can be difficult to carry around heavy books with you, and also sometimes it's not as easy to get a new book because you might not want to buy a new one, you prefer to buy used books, and it can be tricky to find the book that you're looking for, or as I said, it's difficult afterwards to get rid of the book again. And that's why one of my life hacks is to just get a Kindle or an ebook reader and just buy your books online and read them as a PDF or just like as an ebook, as I said. You just have one device that you carry with you, most likely it's really thin and light, and you can have hundreds of books on here. And it's really great for traveling, as I said, and I know I love the feeling of having a book in my hands, but this works quite well too, and it's really convenient and accessible. My second one is actually also about traveling, and it's about having a day pack with you. Now, I shared what I have in my day pack in a previous video, which I can link down below if you want to check that out. And this one especially is really good for traveling because I can fold it up into a little ball and I can just stuff it into my normal backpack. That way it takes up way less space. I can just like easily carry it around, and I can take it out whenever I need to and put in the things I want to carry around for the day. I also clean out my bag every once in a while once we like move places, and that way I keep this organized. I don't have things in here that I really don't need, and I really know what's in here. So a foldable backpack is just really good for traveling. I talked in previous videos before how much I like my to-go ware and that I take it everywhere with me where I go. And I have my spoon in here, a fork, chopsticks, and I also have a straw with me all the time. But I haven't addressed how much I like this little guy. And you might have heard of sporks before, which is a combination of a spoon and a fork, but this one is a spoon and a knife, and you are surprised how many things you can cut with this. Like, I mostly cut fruit with it, but whenever I'm on the go, it just comes so handy. So maybe even just for fruit snobs, but this is such a good life hack to just have with you. You can take it with you through security because it's not a real knife, but it is really good for cutting fruit. My next life hack is also about organization because I personally love to keep things organized. And one thing that really helps me is having different pouches for similar items. So for example, this is Evan's and this is mine, and we both have these pouches from Tom Bin, and we store our like electronics in here or pens. You also can have obviously like a separate bag for your toiletries, and I also have another pouch for my pens in here, and that way everything is organized. I know where it's at and they don't just like flow around in my backpack. I like to have these on hand, and honestly, even when you staying somewhere, having things organized in boxes or in little pouches just helps you to keep things organized, and you know where everything is at, and once you use it you can put it back at its place and you always stay ahead of things. I got the next tip actually from Evan, and that is using VELCRO straps, and you might have heard from them before. They have like one soft side, it's like a little bit fizzy, and on the other side it's like that. It's really hard for me to describe, but I think you've seen these before, and you can basically use them to organize any item that you want to just hold together. For example, we use them for our headphones, and I also put it around my yoga mat to just keep it together. So if you have any more ideas to use VELCRO straps, they're just really good to just have to organize cables, for example, or a yoga mat, or anything you want to have stayed in place. These are awesome. You can just cut them. You buy like a whole just like roll of it, and then you cut the size that you want to have, and yeah, and then you use it. Easy as that. I already mentioned quite a few times in this video that I love being organized, and one of the things that really helps me with that is my bullet journal. I started this bullet journal this year in January, and I've been loving it so far. I actually already filmed a video on it, so if you want to check that out, I'm going to link it down below as well. Having a bullet journal keeps me organized, keeps me ahead of things. I can write everything down, from ideas, notes, to-do lists, you name it. I write it down in my bullet journal. I absolutely love it. Also, I personally love being creative, and just doodling and writing are one of my passions. So a bullet journal is perfect for me, but if you're not into that, a normal notebook or diary will help too, or just a normal journal, just to write down ideas or your schedule for the day, to-do list, notes, anything like that. I think just having a journal is just great for organization. One thing I actually have in here, what I mentioned as well, because I think it's a great life hack, is to have a habit tracker. Now, what is a habit tracker? I just started it with having a bullet journal. I didn't know something like that exists before, but it's basically just write down the habits you want to keep track of, and then the days of the week, and then you can just keep track on the habits that you want to keep track of. It's easy as that. So for example, if you have a habit, for example, doing yoga daily, or doing a workout, or going to bed earlier, then you just write that down, and then you keep yourself accountable for that for each day. And it kind of feels good when at the end of the day you can just tick it off for the habit that you've accomplished that day. And yeah, it's, for me, it just feels really good. It keeps me accountable, and I can keep track on my habits. It makes me a better person, I guess. For my last life hack, I want to ask you a question. Are you sitting or are you standing right now? I've heard that sitting is the new smoking, so I'm just trying to stand up as much as possible. It can be as easy as just going on a morning walk, or an afternoon walk, or even an evening walk. Whenever you just feel like you've been sitting around a lot, you just get up, move your body, take the stairs instead of the elevator, or just go on a nice long walk. It really helps to just get your blood flowing, and just to help you to stay focused and have a clear mind. Also, another thing is to just have a standing desk, for example, and just switching it up with sitting down and standing up. And also another thing that I like to do is, since I like watching videos on YouTube, for example, is instead of sitting down on the couch, which is really comfortable, but you can just get stuck there and sit there for hours, you can just do that, for example, while you're walking on the treadmill. It's a good way to move your body while you're doing something that you enjoy when you would normally sit down. And that is my last tip for this video. If you have any more life hacks, just please share them in the comments below. I would just love to hear your feedback as well. I hope you enjoy these kinds of videos. All kinds of videos on my channel have a lot of diversity right now, which I really enjoy. And I hope you have a nice day, and I see you in my next video. Bye guys.